to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Magic, and today I'm going to be playing a band called Seeker. And also today, because I'm very great at intros and totally remember what I'm doing, I am playing with the lovely.
Hi, I'm Avi, and I will be playing Arata Satomi.
Alright, Arata, you are currently walking back to the last one's in after probably a short walk. Uh, and you open the front door, and can I get you to roll a perception check just right off the bat?
Oh yeah, I forgot to grab my dice. Give me just 1 second. Alright, here we go. What the fuck?
Uh-huh. Is that a good what the fuck or a bad what the fuck? Oops.
No, I'm just like, this is literally the first roll, and he already got a 19. Like, what?
Oh shit. That's pretty good. Alright, you immediately walk into the last one in to notice the unusual sound of panpipes.
Huh?
And, I will say, because that is a total of like a 24 in perception, like looking around the place, it's pretty easy to spot the source of these panpipes. Seeker is sitting on a stool in the dining area, just kind of casually playing panpipes.
Huh. I think at this point, like, Arata's just gonna, like, walk walk in, poke his head into the restaurant area, and he's just like, "Oh, Seeker."
Hold on, let me roll a perception for this man.
Oh my god.
That's an artificial one. He does not seem to notice you or even recognize your presence.
Wow.
He's still playing panpipes.
Oh my god.
You could take a very educated guess that behind his sunglasses his eyes are probably closed to focus on the music.
I think Genie finally pokes his head out of the bag and jumps up to, like, lean over Arata's shoulder to look at what's going on. And he just goes again, Seeker.
That's a two. Did not fucking notice again.
Okay, here's what's gonna happen. Genie and Arata exchange a look. And then Arata takes Genie into his arms, walks over to Seeker, and puts Genie in Seeker's lap.
I should roll like a wisdom.
Yeah.
See how much Seeker reacts to this.
God, I love this low wisdom.
6. Alright. There. Whatever. Like, in the middle of his song, you just kind of place a cat in his lap, and there is a very loud, off-key note as as Seeker just kind of like stops in the middle of playing and just looks down and like looks at this cat and goes, "Do I know you from somewhere?"
Seeker.
Huh? Oh, hello, hi.
What are you doing in my house?
Your house? I thought this was an inn.
No, it isn't, and I just live here.
Oh. Oh, right. I knew this place looked familiar from somewhere. Hi, how have you been? It's been like what? A week or two? I don't know, time is weird.
Time is definitely weird. Uh, man, what are you doing here?
Well, Seeker kind of does like a hand gesture. Well, I can't really stay at my usual place tonight, so I talked to the people of the inn and did a little negotiating, and well, I can play music, so I just figured I could pay for a night like that.
Oh. Oh, so you're just okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Seeker is still holding the panpipes.
Still holding the panpipes. The cat is still in your lap.
Seeker has made no move to remove Genie. Like, at all. But regardless, how have you been?
I mean, I've been fine. And he kind of just, rubs a hand at the back of his neck, and, as he talks, he's going to move to go behind the counter, and set his bag down underneath it and start washing his hands. And he goes, I mean, not much has happened since, everything, since, you know, Bevan went out to move in with that adoptive parent. Sammy and I have been hanging out. I ran into, well, the professor ran into the inn a couple days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Had a nice chat. It was cool.
Seeker gives a nod. I'm gonna just roll another wisdom to see if he mentions this. That is, in fact, not a correct modifier. No, he hadn't been sleeping lately when I last saw him. By the way, for those in the chat, that was like a that was a 1 on my wisdom. An unnatural 1 on my wisdom for ratting the professor out or not. So yeah.
Arata kind of like takes a moment, and he like looks at you, and hang on. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna say that's enough. That was a history check to like remember how the doctor, not the doctor. God, I knew it was gonna happen eventually. I knew it was gonna happen eventually. To remember like how the professor was doing back then. And he was like, you know, he did look really tired. I am going to kick that man's ass.
I wish you the best of luck on that.
Oh, baby noises. Okay.
Yeah.
Arata keeps washing his hands. He turns off the faucet, and he goes, I'm actually just about to start my shift here. Do you want something to eat?
No, I'm quite alright for now.
Alright. He kind of just shrugs and continues messing around with the little like kitchen appliances and everything, making sure he's got like pots and pans and food stuff ready. And as he's moving around, I will say at this point, Genie has hopped out of your lap and started to like climb up on the stool next to you. And Arata goes, well, if you want a snack, just let me know. You can just like grab something from here.
Oh, I will. Don't worry about it. He says, lying. Anyway.
I'm looking at that plus 10.
But are you quite sure nothing has happened? Seeker's, like, kind of still leaning back on, like, the stool a bit. I mean, I was given the impression your life is very busy.
My life? I mean, kinda, yeah. But, I mean, it's been chilled now. Gotta have some downtime between the excitement, right?
Seeker gives you, like, a very kind of impressed considering nod. I'm glad someone understands that much. Hello, voice, words? Thank you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. I think Arata is still like doing some small menial things. Um, Eventually he asks, "Do you always do this sort of thing? Like, go into inns and perform for a place to stay?" Oh, I see you typing.
Yes, most of the time. I don't really have a permanent residence in Toontown, so I just kind of wander, stay wherever I can, really. It's not too difficult to convince innkeepers to just, you know, stay a night, perform some music, that sort of thing.
And Arata nods like he's following along, and he's like, "Yeah, that was like actually supposed to be what I was gonna do when I first moved here, but then owner was like, no, you should stay here, so I did."
I mean, it's a quite lovely place if it is a bit empty. Looking around, this place is empty.
Oh, it is absolutely empty. This place is quiet. It is in a quiet part of town. But Arata just kind of smiles and he goes, "Kind of reminds me of home."
Oh?
Yeah.
Seeker looks at you very curiously.
Yeah, when I was still in Okashima, I lived in the attic of a cafe. It's a really small place, in the back alley. Most people who knew about it lived in that area.
Brain cell, please. You lived in the attic of a cafe?
Mm-hmm. He nods.
Seeker kind of like, oh, nope, sorry, go ahead.
He goes, the person who took me in, boss was all like, "We can't have you staying at my place for a year. I don't have the space," or something like that. And so I just, so we repurposed the attic of the cafe, and I mean, it's not much, but it's nice. It was cozy, and I made it home. Kind of just shrugs.
Seeker. Hi, words. You only there for a year?
I was supposed to be there for a year, and then I ended up staying.
God. I hate that my brain cell doesn't want to cooperate with me right now. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Take your time.
Seeker kind of just looks at you for a moment, just kind of like sets his panpipes down on the counter because there's no one here.
Mm.
There's no one here. Who is he going to fucking perform for? Puts pen face down the counter. I mean, did you at least have a good time there?
Oh. Arata smiles and he laughs and he goes, yeah. Uh, it's a nice place. I met a lot of nice people. Really, really, really good friends.
Yes, words. Seeker kind of like leans over on the counter. Just, what could you tell me about them?
Hmm. Arata pauses, and he does look like he wants to tell you about these friends of his, but boy, the look on his face just says he has no idea where to start. um so he takes a moment and he goes, you know what, I have an idea. And he reaches for his bag that he put under the counter, and he comes back up after a moment or two of rustling, and in his hand he is holding a deck of what looks like tarot cards. You can roll perception or investigation and arcana.
And Arcana?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to roll investigation first and then Arcana.
Yeah.
Beat.
Oops.
Alright, and this is the Arcana.
Okay. Okay, I can work with that. With an 8, yeah, no, you don't you don't see anything too unusual about the tarot deck. With a 23 though, you get the impression that there is some very light magic in this tarot deck. Not a lot to be dangerous, but not small enough to be like unnoticeable. And Arata starts shuffling it.
Tarot?
And he nods at you and he goes, yeah, I got this as a gift from a friend. I'm going to say something, so actually, let me Okay. I think that's your mod, right? Okay, here's what happened. Arata tells you that he got this tarot deck from a friend. And then he goes, this friend of mine used to tell me this, I guess not really a story, but this idea that kind of goes along with the major arcana of the tarot deck. And this is a sleight of hand. Let me make sure I actually got the right mod. Okay. Arata puts the cards in his pocket, but he is holding out one card. And you see that it is the Fool. And I'm doing this off the top of my head, bear with me.
Yeah.
And he goes, the major arcana are supposed to be reflective of a person's journey through life. And he flips the card over, and it is a different card now. It is the Magician.
Seeker looks thoroughly surprised and impressed, like he didn't expect that. This man's passive perception is like an 8 or a 7.
Arata's sleight of hand was a 21, so as he continues talking, he flips the card over and over again, and it goes from the magician to the high priestess to the empress to the emperor, on and on throughout the major arcana. And he goes and he says, the fool, the person beginning their life journey, goes through different events where they gather the tools they need to face life in order and meet different kinds of people until eventually they are able to obtain their world. And right as he says world, he finishes going through the major arcana, and he the card in his hand is now the world.
God. Do you want to roll insight?
Yes, absolutely. Wow, okay.
24. Hey, Arata, this is Seeker's shit. He lives for this. Like, you have just a very captive audience right now. Like, he is fully leaning on the table, like, looking over at this card deck. Like, God. He lives for this sort of shit.
Arata notices this, and he's grinning at you, Seeker. And he pulls out the rest of the deck from his pocket. This whole time you didn't see him, like, pull anything out of it until just now.
Yeah, he's oblivious like that. He legit just thought you did magic. You can also probably get that with a 24. This is probably what he thinks the magic of the tarot deck is. It's not explained to him.
Yeah. Arata takes the deck back out, and he shuffles it lightly a little bit more, and he goes, this deck is actually pretty special. There's a small charm on it, so that whenever somebody takes a card out at random, without really thinking, the arcana on it reflects who that person is.
Oh, God. I wish you could see Seeker's eyes because they are sparkling. In fact, there's probably a visual effect because he has, like, a little bit of glitter in his hair. And he just kind of, like, looks at the card and just goes, My, I've never seen anything like this. Could I? He kind of, like, holds his hand out.
Yeah, Arata makes sure that the deck is all, like, neat and together, and then he hands it out to you to pick at random.
And is this going to be I pick up Seeker's Arcana, or am I going to pick up a random card?
This is going to be you pick Seeker's Arcana.
Alright, Seeker picks up a card. And, God, I don't remember how you did this for other people, but, should I describe what card he picks up, or?
If you want, I can do it, though.
Oh, okay. If you want to, you can.
Alright, give me just 1 second. Arcana. Nope, that's not it. Alright. Seeker, you pull out, the tower. And it has an image of a tall building being struck by lightning. And Arata sees the card, and he raises a brow, and he kind of just nods, and he says, most people think that the tower is a bad omen, But really, what it's supposed to represent is sudden, unforeseen change.
I will say, Seeker's not even kind of, like, masking it. He looks a little disappointed. I was actually kind of hoping for death. I thought it would be thematically fitting.
Well, we can't always get what we want, I guess.
Oh, I know. Seeker, hands it back. He's rather interesting, though.
Mm-hmm. Arata shuffles the deck once more, and he goes, "But you asked me about a couple of my friends, right?"
Oh, yes, yes.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I am going to pull a random card from this deck, and whatever card I get, I will tell a corresponding story to that card.
Seeker's looking.
Alright. For the audience, I'm gonna roll a random number, and I'm doing this all off of my head. Wish me luck, guys.
I'm sorry.
Okay, 18. What is 18?
What is 18?
Oh! Arata pulls a card from random, and he pulls out the card, whose major arcana is the Star. He nods, and he looks it over, and he shows you the card, and he goes, there was this girl I met, and she was she played this board game called Shogi, and she was really, really good at it, and so good that she was in the competitive league for it back in Okashima. The problem is, all of her peers thought that she was only in the sport because they thought she wanted to be an idol. At some point, she found out that her mother had been fixing all of the matches so that she could get famous. And when she found out, she came forward, told the truth, and then lost a match. The first match she ever lost. And ever since then, she's been working her way back up to the top. Not on anybody else's say, but on her own skill alone.
He's rather poetic. Seeker is still kind of like, he's still leaning on the table. Again, captive audience.
Yeah, I mean, she did teach me how to play shogi, so,
Are you good at it?
Nope.
Oh, she'd be a pretty good teacher.
I am awful. I mean, she is a good teacher, yeah, but, like, I've never been able to beat her, so don't know what that says.
Well, that's a high standard to meet. She was a professional level player of this game.
I mean, I guess that's fair. And he kinda tucks the card back into the deck. And he looks to you, is like, you want to hear another one?
Of course.
Alright, and he's going to pull another one from the deck. 7. What was 7? Oh, 7 is the lovers!
God.
Alright, give me just 1 second. Baby is singing right now. He pulls out another card at random, and he flips it over. It is the Lover's Arcana, and he actually kind of smiles a little bit as he looks this one over, and he goes, "Okay, before I start this one, I want to clear something up. The Lovers is not just about love. It's about choices and commitment and partnerships."
Seeker kind of blinks. Wait, you can't see that shit. His ears kind of do like a small twitch. And it's, well, that would have been taking it very literally.
And he nods and he just goes, "No, I know so many people who have like said that, like, have always assumed, but you know, it's never been cut and dry like that."
You know, I'm kind of glad for that.
Arata just nods. But he shows you this card.
I'm sorry, I'm making you do a lot of talking, but also
No, I think it's fun because like I'm just trying to gather my thoughts so I know how to like tell this story.
Yeah.
One of the very first people I ever met in Okushima, she was a model, a fashion model. She started out doing it as a hobby, and then one day something happened to a close friend of hers, and ever since then she's decided to make modeling not a hobby but her career. It got to the point where she almost got duped by another model in the same place she worked at, and that's how she ended up getting a rival and taking her career more seriously.
God, I really wish you could. If Seeker was a toon, he'd have like those like little sparkles. 'Cause God, you're a very good storyteller. Even if they are like not, they're not these like big elaborate stories, but they're also just very good. And like I hold soft.
You've also played Persona 5, so you know who these characters are.
I know. Seeker kind of like gives a nod. I don't know much about modeling, I'll be honest. Is that like Seeker starts that sentence and then he kind of like his brow kind of furrows. Like painting modeling or
No. She there's this upstart industry in Yedo where they design really fancy clothing, and these models are the people who wear these clothing and show them off, basically.
Oh! Oh, yes. Of course. I've seen something similar, not exactly the same, but I wouldn't imagine it would be exactly the same. But Arata, you are a very good storyteller.
Arata grins and he goes, "Thanks. I mean, I guess I just know a lot of people."
Well, I suppose that would be a good thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, one for each major arcana in a tarot deck. I guess it's a lot of people, but sometimes you
Connections
need.
get you a lot of places, you know.
Oh, absolutely. They keep me out of trouble. Sometimes.
Seeker looks doubtful.
No, Arata is grinning mischievously.
Yeah, he has like a raised eyebrow. Like, do they really?
You just hear Genie go, meow.
See, I knew he would agree. No idea what Genie actually said, though.
And he puts the card back in the deck, and he shuffles it lightly again, and he goes, a lot of people to help me keep my head on my shoulders, I guess. Even if I am a trouble magnet.
Like, Seeker does like a sort of, like, yeah, hand gesture. I mean, really, I wouldn't expect anything else from you.
What do you mean by that?
Let's see, the first time we met, I don't think I need to go over it, do I?
No. Okay. Okay, I
You
guess
fit that certain archetype, yes?
Say that again?
Seeker said you fit that certain archetype.
Arata just sort of shrugs. He goes, I guess. If you're ready, he's going to pull one more card.
More card.
2! Oh, that is the High Priestess. Wow. Arata's talking about all the girls.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, Arata pulls out another card, and he looks it over and shows it to you. It is the High Priestess. And and he takes a moment and he goes, there was this girl at my school. She was the president of the student council, and she was top of her class. She was a year older than me. Top of her class. Perfect student, grade A student. She did pretty much whatever the adults above her told her to do. And because of that, people around her considered her a teacher's pet, basically. She she had trouble connecting with the rest of her classmates. One day, things at school started going bad, and when she realized that leaving things in the hands of the adults and doing what they said would not keep the student body safe, she decided to take matters into her own hands and break some rules.
God.
And
Seeker, God.
and
I cannot express anything, because, God. I'm sorry, go ahead, continue.
Yeah. And ever since then, she decided to choose her own path to the future rather than listening to whatever everybody else told her to do. I mean, she's still a grade 8 student, so...
God, I know this character. There's no... I'm sorry. Oh, God.
Yeah, you know this character.
I do. Yes, I'm sorry.
Take your time, take your time.
You know, I probably shouldn't be surprised you attract so many interesting people around you.
Arata laughs at that, like he actually like lets out a bark of laughter, and he goes, "Yeah, I guess you're right." I mean, he puts the card back in the deck, and he goes, my Arcana is the Fool, and apparently they do attract a lot of other people.
Well, yes, you said the thing about Fool's Journey and all, and...
Yeah.
Well, guess that would require you gathering a lot of friends for that.
He nods.
Must be an absolute mess to keep track of. It would be an absolute narrative sort of tangle to keep track of all those people, though.
Arata kind of looks at you quizzically, and then kind of like takes a moment to think, and he goes, I mean, sometimes you just gotta give some time to help those people develop and learn their own character arcs.
God. Seeker, does, an approving considering nod. I suppose so. God, that's... words. I meant to say this earlier, but maybe because you keep... The reason you keep pulling girls is because of all the respect woman juice. It's all that respect woman juice.
Glad we got that on recording.
Yeah.
Arata drinks his respect woman juice. You heard it here, folks.
If Seeker was any other storytelling character, he'd maybe bring that up as a point. But Seeker's not, so I can't.
Alright. I think for the next card he pulls, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. You see Arata shuffle the deck a little bit, and he picks out another card at random, and he looks it over, and his brows raise, and then they furrow, and he's just, uh, I'm not sure how familiar, Seeker is with the tarot deck. How familiar would you say he is?
It's he like knows about it and knows like some of the things it's connected to, but that wasn't really his area of like study, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of knows about it. Like probably some of the more main major arcanas that are kind of more prevalent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not like too much though.
All right. If you do recognize the major arcana, then I can say this. When Arata turns the card he's holding over for you to see, you don't recognize it from the normal deck of major arcana. It is the Faith.
Me Magic knows what that is. Seer does not. And his eyes also, his brow also kind of furrows and just goes, I don't recognize that one.
Oh no,
I don't.
this deck has a couple of extra arcanas, but I I don't know. I Arata pauses and he rubs at his chin with one hand. He looks thoughtful for a moment and he goes, I don't know if this story is finished.
What makes you say that?
Because, as well as I know this person, and he gestures to the card, he says, as well as I know this person, something about it just feels like it's missing, if that makes sense. There was an ending, but I don't know if I would call it satisfying.
Do you think there's perhaps a second chapter you've yet to see?
Maybe. But in the meantime, I know the first chapter at least goes a little something like this. There was a girl who had a sister who died. And the two of them had made a promise that they would make it to the top of the gymnastics world one day. When her sister died, she realized that she was missing something from her routines and spent a very, very long time trying to find what it is. I think she did find it eventually. But again, the story doesn't feel finished.
Seeker kind of furrows his, like, God, I don't, expressions. Does seem rather neat and tidy. I'm trying to not mix character stuff with, like, the Persona stuff I know. I'm sorry. It's hard to manage. God, I shake my own head. Please. You know where this is going. Okay. Huh. Maybe there are secrets yet unsolved that weren't previously seen? I mean, some of the best foreshadowing is things you don't even notice till the second read.
That is true, I guess.
It's rather interesting, though. Seeker is just very curious about this card. Very curious.
Yeah, and Arata looks down at the card again. Looking contemplative. Looking a little bit. You guess there is a little bit of concern in there. Oh, my cat just decided to meow at me.
Oh.
But eventually he picks it back up and he puts it back in the deck. And he goes, well, maybe I guess that just means I need to hang out with her a bit more.
Seeker kind of gives a nod. But didn't she say she was back home in, Seeker pauses and, like, stares into the distance.
Oh, yeah, no, she's in Yedo, yeah. But, but
apologies. Names are not my strong suit.
oh no, you're fine. I get that. She's back in Yedo, yeah, but apparently my friends have been planning to visit for my birthday, so she might
Your
be
birthday?
Sorry?
Your birthday?
Oh, yeah, that's coming up soon.
Seeker, like, blinks at you.
I mean, yeah, it's in September, but you know how it is. Those dates, they really, sneak up out of nowhere.
God. Seeker gives, like, a considering nod. I'm just going to roll this. There's some connections being made in Seeker's mind. Mostly plotting. Don't worry about it. But do continue. I'm sorry.
I mean, we're coming up to an hour. I'm not sure if Arata wants to, I'm not sure if we want to tell one more story.
It's alright if you're good here.
I can tell one more story, and I'm gonna roll, and if it gets any of the ones I was talking about in DMs, I will scream.
Please.
That's an 18. Did I already roll? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Alright. 15. What was 15? Temperance. Do I want to do Temperance? That's another girl.
All girls!
Oops, all girls!
Should we do Temperance? I know Temperance.
You know
should
Temperance. I don't think I should do Temperance just to keep this PG-13.
Yeah.
When? Come on, Genie is right there! That's gonna be like one hell of an awkward conversation.
You can choose one if you want to do one.
Okay, here's what happens. Arata shuffles the cards again. Um, and and he pulls out a card, looks at it, grimaces, puts it back in the deck, and then shuffles again.
God, could I try rolling perception to see if I could notice what that card is?
Perception or investigation?
I'm gonna roll an investigation. 11.
Hang on, let me look at something real quick. Oh, keyboard, please work with me here.
Oh no.
Okay. You did not see exactly, like, what it was, but, the image on the card was of a person, holding a sword and, balancing some scales.
Okay, continue. It's fine.
Arata puts that card back in the deck before he can say anything about it. And he pulls out a different one instead. The card he pulls out is the Hanged Man. And he shows it to you. Give me a sec.
God. I kind of want you to roll insight to notice that Seeker knew you put away that card. God.
What the fuck?
Hmm?
I swear to God, every time I've rolled with this D20, he either gets a 19 or a 20.
Oh boy, Arata, he really wants to ask you about that card you put away.
No, Arata is...
He doesn't say anything, but he really wants to.
I think Arata notices that Seeker has noticed him put it away, but he is pointedly, like, not looking at you until he pulls out the next card.
Seeker's so fucking curious. So fucking curious. He's not gonna say anything. I'm kicking him for this. Lore! Yeah, go ahead, though.
He pulls out the Hanged Man. And he goes, there was this man I met. Who ran, I guess you could say it was an antique shop that specialized in, fake weaponry. But they were really good, like, model weapons. They looked real. This guy was really good at what he did, and that was making and crafting model weapons. It turns out that this guy had a history with some local gangs, organized crime. He left that because he had adopted an orphaned child. And one day, he found out that he could not completely leave that old life behind him. Not without some trouble. And when he was worried that he would have to choose between his old life and his new life as a father, his son told him that he didn't care about his past. Because in the present, they were family now. And in that moment, the choice was obvious to him.
Found family trope strikes again.
I know, right? I actually still have that family crest. Hang on a second. And you see him duck into back under the counter, and when he comes back up, he is holding a pin, like a little pin in the shape of a gecko.
Ah.
Apparently, the gecko is a symbol of family and protection.
Huh. Did not know that. Some symbolism. Seeker is like looking at this still. God, I'm so curious about that card you put away. Oh boy.
But yeah, do you want to add anything else?
God, I will just add, you know, it's rather strange. Apparently, Inkwell has found family paperwork.
They what?
Yes, I know.
Huh. I don't know if I count as a citizen yet. And now Arata is thinking seriously about this.
Well, I don't. Seeker also like says both those things, but also kind of like trails off to also think, because do you count as a citizen? How does citizenship work in Inkwell? Well, I can't really give you an answer on that one.
Arata just kind of thinks for a moment and then just sort of shrugs. Or probably like ask around, I guess.
Suppose you could.
The best way to find information is through word of mouth.
Seeker like gives a nod at that. And I think just to close it out here, I think he goes to say something, and there's like a ring from like the front door, and we can both probably remember at the same time that we technically have jobs to do.
Yeah. I think at that point, Arata's just like, alright, I guess it's back to work for us.
Seeker does kind of like give a like, well, it was fun talking while we could. Maybe we could, I don't know. Does it get quieter around here later at night?
At night? Yeah.
Probably talk again. He does pick his panpipes back up. Do you have any song requests?
I'm not sure if jazz works on panpipes.
Seeker looks at his panpipes, for a moment. Well, probably get as close as I can. I do want to roll a performance, because I think that would be fun. I want to see how jazz-like I can get these panpipes. How do jazz panpipes? Pretty well, that's a 26.
Holy shit.
Arata, it's pretty damn close to jazz for a woodwind instrument.
Yeah, no, I guess we can say that, like, as you're playing this jazz on a woodwind instrument. Arata kind of like, you see him start to sway in time with the music, and he has a content smile on his face. And as the customer comes in, he gestures them over and starts to take their order.
Yeah, I think I'm good to end on that note.
Yeah.
I hold this very soft.
Oh, it was so good.
It is. Thank you, Avi, for dragging me into this.
Oh, you are very
God.
welcome.
I'm sorry, I'm just sitting here. I'm just sitting here, man. And thank you to everyone who who's listening in.
Yes, thank you all who's listening now and listening in the future.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.